So we ask charities, international organizations, relief and humanitarian orgs to help the families of these villages to rebuild their homes so they can live in their area once again. And because of the continuous rainfall, it is extremely difficult getting relief packages and ambulances sent to the area. Until now, we're continuing to provide aid, assistance, tents, and everything else via Afghan Defense Ministry helicopter.
Neil, good to have you on the show. Your teams, I understand, are on the ground. What is their assessment of the latest situation?
Well, our teams have conducted assessments yesterday in Khost province, the neighboring province, which is also affected. And today we're working in Paktika with other organizations in a joint assessment. So initially, the figures are getting higher and higher. We have several thousands of households affected, and that means tens of thousands of people. And it's not only the lives, injuries, and houses that are lost. This is also livelihoods which are lost. So we're gearing up already to look at additional tents, water and sanitation activities, getting shelters back in place, distributing blankets, looking at household items that we can bring in, and then also cash distributions, which will enable people the most effective way of getting things to people if there are markets available for them to buy things. All of that is in motion, and I think that the international community is gearing up quite well for this. Obviously, the terrain is making things difficult, as has been described in your reporting.
Neil, you're hoping to give out cash as well as provide assistance across many other items, but a senior Taliban official said that the government was financially not in a position to actually assist the people to the extent that is exactly needed. Talk to us about how important it is to actually get international donors on board at this moment in the country's current position.
Well, this is a catastrophe on top of an already existing crisis. It's misery on misery for the Afghan populations. We already have extensive humanitarian operations in the country, and to a certain extent, we're able to move from immediate supplies and cash, which donors have already provided to us to deal with this crisis. But obviously, because of the needs across Afghanistan, of which this is only the latest example, we need to make sure that the donors are continuing to replenish those humanitarian assistance so that we can deal with this as well as other things.
You said this is just a misery upon misery. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, the country is still grappling with perhaps a COVID-19 pandemic. The economy is in shambles after the Taliban took over and a new regime. And then you add this. So it only compounds the problem even more.
Yes, I mean, I think this area of Paktika and Khost provinces is an area which has been subject to conflict for a long time. Last year, there were 1.3 million people displaced in Afghanistan, and many of those are in the provinces that are now affected by this earthquake. In addition to that, there are 70,000 refugees from Waziristan, from the other side of the Pakistan border, who are also in this area, and we've been working with them in a camp in Khost province. So everybody is affected, and this, of course, is displacement on top of displacement. We really need to make sure that the response from the Taliban authorities and the humanitarian coordination, which is done with the UN and the international and national NGOs, Red Cross and Red Crescent societies, we need to make sure that this is coordinated properly so that the Taliban and the international community are working together on this.
The Norwegian Refugee Council's Neil Turner, thank you very much for joining us here on the NewsHour. We wish you the best of luck during this crucial time. Thank you.